Okay, real quick note. The other half of this, these captures, it was I was unable to get the sound on the video for the longest time. So I just recorded it off my computer because it was just another what can go wrong will go wrong with this video. And I could put any other video in and the sound would come up. I changed the format. I did everything I could possibly do just to get this little section you're going to hear on the documentary with sound. And nothing was working. Lots of weird things going wrong. Is it a computer issue? Could be. But at the same time, every other thing is working. I reinstalled the video program. I did everything I could do. And this one little section just would not work. It was just giving me the hardest time for two straight days until I said, you know what, I'm just going to record it off my phone and put it back in the video. So here it is. And this one I'm going to pay close attention to because I had such a hard time getting it in. I'm thinking maybe there's a reason why. All right, we're going in. That's a lot of basements.
Mm-hmm. We're kind of up here doing an investigation. Okay, so do you have a basement here? You do not. Okay. All right, thank you.
You are back. I'm starting to wonder if what's going on ties into the hotel at all, and not something that was here before the hotel.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm thinking that there's certain areas where they're just able to trap. They're just able to, and what really blows my mind is when you come in, another investigator comes in with a completely different piece of equipment and they're getting the same captures.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of reaction when you pray, if you notice. And you notice that on our live feeds too. When we start hitting prayer, all right, it's going back on. Holy Rosary.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's right.
This is holy.
You can't trap spirits here. That's unacceptable in God's eyes. Unacceptable.
It said Holy Rosary.
Yeah. And that holy water is gonna put that fire out.
How many spirits are here now? What is your name? What is your name?
A lot less active now. This room feels different. They're here, but it feels less. I mean, I had a wicked night before.
It's a light. It's getting lighter.
It is. It is.
Do you feel the Holy Spirit? This is so weird that when we were spraying it, it said Holy Rosary.
Please, I pray in your name, take them to the light and out of here. Jane? Sleep?
Should I spray the hallway as well?
Maid.
What about the maid? Will you leave the maids alone now? You should be gone.
Those maids are God's children. You do not have a right to go near them, and you know it.
Yeah, whatever was here, I think it's gone.
Well, yeah, no, it feels better in here. We
You hadn't spiked in a while either.
we want to thank God in Jesus' name. Okay, I'll shut this off. Oh, I got. And the other one's on this counter. As you can see, it's not even on. Some of them are just trying to reach out, and others are trying to be scared. Why are you frightening the maid?
Do you mean to frighten the maids? Are you doing it on purpose? Yes. Why are you doing it? Fun. Well, stop doing it. Are you going to stop doing it? Did you just say can't? Tell us what that noise was. Was that an alarm? Why were you making that noise? We were reading.
Oh, reading. Oh.
We were reading. Why you were making the noise?
We were reading the bleeding word of God. The truth. We were reading the truth. And we believe it. And we believe it. You understand? No, you leave. No, I'm alive still. I'm not supposed to leave. You're supposed to leave. Oh, there he is. That's him.
I am going to spray holy water into these rooms and in these hallways.
You are a sinner. You are not supposed to tamper with God's children. You don't have the right to do that. Do you understand? May the eyes of God be on you.
Do you want to give us a message? Basement again?
Basement.
All right.
Should we go in the basement?
Is there a basement here?
I have no idea.
Can you call down to the front desk?
Let's. Yeah, you just go front desk.
Just hit 0.
Let me shut this off for a minute. Okay.
It's like 18 times now. Basement.
It could be the source. Okay, so we are coming towards the end of this video. There is another theory that we discuss all the time. People in the paranormal field discuss it, and that is, does activity occur when you are working on a case? Not actually during the investigation, but discussing, working on it, doing audio. Well, the answer to that for us is yes. Martha can tell you what happened to her when we were discussing a pretty serious case.
Definitely, it does exist. There's times that we're actually, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I had a dream that Kat and I went to an investigation on a residential that someone called us from another team that we needed to go 2.5 hours away from where we live. So Kat and I decided to go and go for the investigation. As Kat proceeded to leave the car, which she usually doesn't, but in this dream, she left the car and went to the house where we were going to investigate. I was still in the car gathering all my EVPs and everything that needed to be gathered. And in the dream, Kat went into the house and the door shut. Now I'm walking up the stairs, and I knocked on the door and no one answered. I pounded on the door and no one answered. I tried opening the door and the door was locked. As I was trying to open the door, I used my shoulder and I kind of like opened the door. I saw Katrina in a corner, in a trance. And as she was in that trance, I was yelling for her to wake up. At one point, a force threw me onto the ground and was trying to drag me out the door. And I was fighting and I was yelling at Kat to wake up. So to make a long story short, I woke up in the middle of the dream, hyperventilating, of course. And the next morning, when I woke up, I took a shower, get ready for work. I look at my leg. My one leg has a mark of fingerprints.
Yes, and in her dream, she had felt that something was dragging her back. You know, I remember you saying that to me, that in the dream, that something was pulling you away from coming towards me.
Yes.
By the leg, by the way. So I remember that, and we have pictures of her leg. She came up with bruises the next day, and that was just upon discussing a case, which actually we had come to the decision was because the case was so serious and it was so far away that another team should take it because we would not be able to get there on time. But just discussing the case, these kind of weird things happen. Now moving over to going over audio, every single time. All the time. I mean, I've had my phone flip on the floor. I watch the cursor on my laptop move by itself very often. So you can see now we did some strong prayer, Frank and I, and that K2 meter that wouldn't stop going is dead in the water.
So who's here? Anybody here?
My headache is actually going away. How strange is that? Well, I got. And the other one's on this counter. As you can see, it's not even on. There's no balls over there.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So remember this video earlier in the documentation? In regard to the conversation we had about activity occurring during review from an investigation, I believe we may have caught it because this is in my bedroom a couple of months after the investigation. I'll let you be the judge, I guess. And really have no explanation.